Hello and welcome back. Dr. Diane here from Too Soon to Stop, the How to Reinvent Yourself channel. My focus is on people like myself who are not ready to retire but want to pursue their passion to help others. As for me, I have always wanted to write and do motivational speaking. After 30 years as an emergency medicine physician, I am now ready to dial back the stress level. I am thrilled to use my experiences and wisdom acquired over the years to help others like myself who are not ready to retire. This has been an exhilarating experience for me over the past 6 months. My hope for you is that you not only learn and grow from these episodes, but surpass me and go on to achieve even more success than I have. You are learning and growing because you are realizing the greatness that is in you and deeply desire to use that greatness to help others and make the world a better place for all of us. Today, I want to talk about self-love. I am not talking about the narcissistic type. No, I am talking about the dissatisfaction you have with yourself, which leads to dysfunction. It is because you are not perfect and hate making mistakes. I have this self-loathing down cold. It is sad because it frequently leads to a stumbling block for me. Did you know that you are what you think? Newsflash. Everyone already knows that you are not perfect. If you and I were perfect, well, we wouldn't need Jesus, would we? He is the perfecter of our faith, and it states in Hebrews 12. This powerful scripture tells us to lean on Jesus to help us. It can teach you not to beat yourself up because you are imperfect. Frequently, you grow weary. This scripture encourages you not to give into that. Do not grow weary in doing good, even if there is little around for you to justify your hard work. Before Jesus was crucified, everyone had turned their back on him, even his closest friends like Peter. Yet Jesus kept doing the right thing because he was working for God. He kept his eyes on the prize, being with God. Doing things for God is the key and has to become your focus. I know what you're thinking, but I do grow weary sometimes, Doc. Things get hard, really hard. There are a lot of hurtful and unfair things that I see on a daily basis. Why do things have to be so hard? Yes, you can grow weary at times. Things definitely get hard. Life can be incredibly disappointing, and you have to endure criticism from others who don't have a clue what they are talking about. These individuals have only achieved a fraction of the success that you have, but somehow feel they can be an authority in your life and tell you what to do. They have no personal example to back up what they are saying. How you handle things in this infuriating situation definitely goes back to how you feel about yourself. Do you take what they are telling you at face value and give up on your dream and stop? Or do you listen politely, nod your head, and still move forward and crush the growth-killing thoughts that these people are trying to put into your head and in your heart? So let's focus on the good things that you are accomplishing. Learn to celebrate, even the silly things. Yesterday, I got a small dessert instead of a gigantic one I had gotten before. I was able to enjoy my dessert and still reduce the calories I consumed. Don't get me wrong, I definitely wanted the big dessert and could definitely tell that I got done with my small dessert a lot sooner and wanted more. But I also have a bigger picture to look at, my health and weight reduction journey. Sort of like the micro games that Michael Jordan used to make himself into the superstar basketball player that he is, and that is mentioned in a previous episode. An example of this for him may be dribbling with his non-dominant hand and becoming an expert at this. He used small tasks, made a game of it, so he could practice it over and over and perfected them first. He was then able to apply to larger tasks later. Repeat, and before we all knew it, he went from being cut from his high school basketball team until 6 years later, being on the cover of Sports Illustrated. While in high school, they cut him from the team and chose his friend instead. Well, we know what happened from there. You can only imagine the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears and pain he went through to achieve this Herculean accomplishment in 6 years. You can apply these same principles, first principles mentioned also in an early episode, to improve yourself. Boil things down to their granular level and work up from there. Want to walk an hour and have not been doing this before? Start by walking 10 minutes and build up from there. Self-improvement will annihilate your tendency towards self-loathing because you are having so many victories and cannot help but feel better about yourself. Then you can pass this feel-good on to others. I have spoken about using mistakes as learning opportunities. We don't like making mistakes. It makes us feel foolish and tears down our self-esteem. We don't want our children to fear pain of failure either. You want to never have them endure any pain or disappointment in any way their entire lives. The very thought of our children have to experience pain breaks our heart. You will be there for them and catch them anywhere at any time. At least you want to. Everyone loves them and no one will ever hurt our children. However, do you know what this creates? It creates a spoiled brat with no coping skills or capability to think critically for themselves. Of course, we don't want our children to be spoiled brats who are incredibly unpopular and loathed by many if they are coddled or smothered by you as their parent. When children are learning to walk, they fall down frequently. They carefully let go of the piece of furniture they are holding onto for balance and take those first few very awkward and very cute steps. Then they fall on their bottoms. They do not just stay sitting on the ground in their diapers and cry. No, they get up and try again and again and again until they have perfected walking. This is the same approach you will need to take in order to grow to your next level. Accept your imperfections and let go of that metaphorical piece of furniture that you have been holding on to all these years. See this as an opportunity to grow. Get excited. By all means, take a break and step back when you need to. No need to suffer burnout while growing. Now, there is some forgiving that needs to take place. We have been very hard on ourselves all these years. Sometimes life gets in the way of pursuing our dreams, and sometimes it just plain is boiled down to being lazy and making excuses. There is an incredible video on YouTube about Michael Jordan stating how he made his game look easy. Of course, we all knew he put in years of hard work. He knows that people make excuses for not putting in their best effort. He ends up by saying that he did have the natural talent, and perhaps it is you making excuses as to why you are not where you want to be and moving forward to achieve your dreams. Plenty of excuses. You are not good enough, strong enough, tall enough, short enough, fat enough, thin enough, and the excuses go on and on. As mentioned earlier in this episode, you are your thoughts. Forgive yourself for not making the most of every opportunity set before you in the past because these excuses that you fell victim to, and just move on. Please refer to the episode of forgiveness in a previous recording for more clarity. Forgive yourself for not being perfect and making mistakes. Accept your failures as an opportunity to grow and apply lessons learned to the future. Here's a noteworthy quote: pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Another example, at the end of my personal emails, I have this saying: falling down is an accident. Staying down is a choice. Focus on just a few of your weaknesses in order to elevate them to get stronger. Remember, start small to grow big. Break things down to their granular level and make the task simple before moving on to more comprehensive and complicated tasks. Keep asking yourself, and what else, over and over again until you are truly satisfied with your answer. Let me end with this incredible quote from Oprah Winfrey. To the daughter girls in my life who believed they had broken wings, my hope for you is not to just fly, but soar. Till next time, praying for your success and wishing you the very best.